Now shifting our focus to all the action that's going on in Bengaluru. It's the Aero India show that begins today, the 12th edition of the Aero India show. And what you're seeing right now are the Rafale jets displaying their air prowess in Bengaluru today. So these are the visuals of the Rafale jets which are flying in the air, and there has just been so much talk around the Rafale jets, the controversial Rafale jets, amid a huge raging political storm over the Rafale deal. Dassault Aviation, manufacturers of Rafale, flying in 3 Rafale jets for the Aero India show 2019. And let me go straight across now to my colleague Nagarjun Dwarkanath, who joins us for more on the Rafale jets and how they're displaying their prowess today at the Aero India 2019 show. Nagarjun, tell us a little bit more. So we're seeing the visuals of these Rafale jets amid a massive political storm between the BJP and the opposition parties. But here it is displaying its prowess and participating in the Aero India show. Nagarjun, can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to go back to Nagarjun in just a bit, but these are the visuals of the Rafale jets that are flying in the air right now. They're participating in the 12th edition of Asia's premier air show. That's the Aero India 2019. In fact, it begins today at the Yelahanka Air Force Station in Bengaluru, and a total of 61 aircrafts, including the Rafale, are going to be participating in a 5-day-long event. The Aero India show beginning after the very tragic incident that took place yesterday with the collision of 2 Surya Kirans. But these are the visuals of the Rafale jets, as you can see on your screens right now, displaying their prowess in Bengaluru at the Aero India show. So it's going to be a 5-day-long event in Bengaluru. We just heard the Defence Minister as well, and the event is going to showcase India's air defence prowess as well. There are going to be 61 aircrafts in the air, and it's going to be quite a spectacle for all those who have gathered to participate at the Aero India show. Nagarjun is back with us. Nagarjun, so we're just seeing the visuals of the Rafale jets that really have been so controversial here in India, and amid a huge raging political storm over this entire deal. The jets are participating at the Aero India show, and here they are displaying their prowess.
In fact, amid the political controversy about the whole Rafale deal, a few minutes back, and it showed what it's known for and why the government on aircraft across the globe, as soon as
Okay, we're really having an issue there with your audio, Nagarjun. We'll just fix that. I'll come back to you. So these are the Rafale jets participating in the Aero India show 2019. Dassault Aviation, manufacturers of the Rafale jets, also participating in the Aero India show amid a big political storm over the deal that was signed between India and France. These jets, in fact, are showcasing their prowess and some very interesting, fascinating, scintillating maneuvers, as we're seeing these live visuals coming in from Bengaluru. As you can see them donning the skies in Bengaluru. It's also going to be one of the major attractions for this mega show. Everyone, in fact, have been very keenly waiting for the showcase and the fly past by these Rafale jets. Manjeet Negi is with us. Manjeet, and we're just seeing these amazing maneuvers by these Rafale jets displaying its air prowess amid a raging political storm in India.
Well, Avantika, in this air show, the Rafale fighter jets is the main attraction, and during the fly past, the Rafale pilot paid tribute to late Sahil Joshi, or pilot Surya Kiran team, who died yesterday during the practice. And the Rafale also shows capability during the fly past in front of Raksha Mantri Nirmala Sitharaman, and all other aircraft like LCA Tejas, India aircraft, and also the ALH helicopters, and from US F-16 fighter pilot also shows its firing capabilities during the Aero India show.
Interesting, and I believe, Manjeet, that All right, Manjeet, I'll just come to you. I'll just quickly get in a quick word from consulting editor Shiv Arur, who's also at the Aero India show. And Shiv, I'm seeing these beautiful, amazing, scintillating maneuvers by the Rafale jets. Clearly one of the major attraction of the 2019 edition of this mega aero show.
Definitely a very big attraction, Avantika, and there are huge crowds even on the first day of Aero India. It was expected to be a pretty gloomy start after the tragedy that happened yesterday, and no doubt that has played out with the missing man formation that we saw by the Air Force in tribute to their missing comrade, Wing Commander Sahil Gandhi, who was lost yesterday in that crash. But today's display just shows that the show goes on. It's everything needs to continue. This is, after all, one of Asia's biggest air shows. The Rafale is a huge attraction. I saw something quite interesting on the ground. While the Rafale is ripping it up in the air, Avantika, there's also a static display of the Rafale on the ground, and it happens to be the only fighter aircraft on the ground which has armed guards actually surrounding it, which is a little interesting because it makes one wonder if there was some kind of threat of vandalism or some kind of political flashpoint within the air show. We're not very sure, but obviously Dassault Aviation didn't want to take any risks, and the French embassy has decided to have armed guards around the Rafale fighter aircraft. No other aircraft has these armed guards, so that was a quite interesting thing that we just noticed. But in the air, as you can see, the fly past, the flight display is continuing as usual. The F-16s, the F-18s, the Rafale. We saw the LCA Tejas, India's own fighter, just a very short while ago. In a short while, we will also see the Sarang helicopter display. The Surya Kirans, unfortunately, will not be performing today. But we do hear that there is a possibility, Avantika, that they might be performing on other days of the air show. We don't have a confirmation just yet, but that is under consideration right now, in tribute to their lost pilot. So we'll have to update our viewers on that. But this flight display is going to continue right through the day, and as always, an absolutely scintillating performance. Upcoming aircraft on the show will include the Su-30, the MiG-29, the MiG-21. You will see HAL's helicopters and HAL's trainer aircraft also performing, Avantika.
Absolutely. It's really going to be a treat, isn't it, Shiv? I'm sure you're going to be thoroughly enjoying yourself. Just tell me, how many aircrafts are going to be on display? How many exhibitors are participating in the show? How many of these Rafale jets are going to be participating in the Aero India show? Is it true that this time France has gone ahead and has surpassed United States as far as the exhibits and their metal birds are concerned? Will we be seeing the Lockheed Martins and other companies from the US, the famous ones, participating in the Aero India show?
Very good question. Yes, you're right, Avantika. France happens to be the biggest exhibitor this time, which is ironic and perhaps no coincidence at all, because they probably want to show that they're committed to India, even in the face of the Rafale politics that's playing out. So to answer your question specifically, there are 3 Rafale fighters from the French Air Force which are on flight display here at Aero India. There are 2 Boeing F-18 Super Hornets. There are 2 U.S. Air Force Lockheed Martin F-16s as well. All of these are performing during the flight display. There may be some VIP flights for Air Force customers from India and other regional countries as well taking place. The entire gamut of Indian Air Force fighters, like I said, the MiG-29, the Su-30, the Tejas, the Mirage 2000 may all also be flying, not the Mirage 2000, I beg your pardon, but the other fighters will all be flying as part of the display. So many foreign fighters have come. Some of them are conspicuous by their absence, including the MiG-35, which has been a big star attraction in previous shows. The Eurofighter Typhoon also is not here this year. It has been here in previous shows, as well as the Gripen. The Gripen is here as a static display, not as a full flying aircraft, because the aircraft is actually in testing right now in Sweden, so they couldn't bring it here for the show. But otherwise, for plane spotters, for aviation aficionados, it's going to be an absolutely full day, Avantika. I can tell you, I'm enjoying myself. I've had a chance to see the preview. I was here yesterday covering the horrible tragedy over the death of that pilot. And today, it's just proof that the show goes on. It's a somber mood, but the show definitely goes on, Avantika.
Indeed it does. Shiv, the Rafale jets flying in the skies. We're seeing some beautiful maneuvers there, and you know the way this jet is moving amid a huge raging political storm in our country. I just want to understand from you about the importance of the Rafale jets. How will it cater to the specific needs of the Indian Air Force? What makes the fighter jet so special? Will it be modified by France?
Avantika, good question again. The Rafale is simply the most advanced aircraft that the Indian Air Force will ever be using. In every possible way, it will be a revolutionary step forward in terms of capabilities. It's a very high-cost aircraft, as a result of which we're getting 36 for now and maybe more later, notwithstanding the current controversy. But these are aircraft, Avantika, that will be put to use for every conceivable air power mission. Starting from your low-level air defense, to combat air patrols, to the high end of nuclear delivery. This will also, remember, be a nuclear delivery platform, Avantika. So, when they start arriving, and the first Indian Rafales will be arriving in September this year, and when they do start arriving, they will be part of squadrons in Hashimara in West Bengal and in Ambala in Haryana. Those are the two squadrons of the Rafales where they will be based. And they will be able to operate from any part of the country. Infrastructure is being built to, support Rafales in many other air bases as well. So this is going to be a very integrated, integral part of what the Air Force operates. And even though we have only 36, these are force multiplying aircraft where one Rafale, can pretty much do the job of several other,
Yes.
smaller fighters. So these are high performance aircraft that the Air Force is very much looking forward to, notwithstanding the current political controversy.
Absolutely. And Shiv, I'm really curious to ask you this. As far as the exhibitors, the exhibition, just all that will be showcased over the next 5 days. Apart from manned jets, will there be some other unique technology that is going to be showcased by other countries? What about drones? What about unmanned aerial vehicles? If you could just give us, a sense of all that's there at the Aero India show.
Avantika, interesting question, because there are many private Indian companies that are showcasing drones. I just did a small report that will be on air soon of HAL's own unmanned combat drone. It's a proposal that they've just pushed with the Air Force and the government, which is a highly futuristic program. So you're bang on the money when you say that the future is unmanned. Where unmanned aircraft, doing what piloted aircraft can do is really the future. And you're seeing quite a bit of that here at Aero India. India's own in-development drones are all on display. India's unmanned combat aerial vehicles are also on display. One very interesting aircraft that I'm looking forward to having a look at is a low-cost business jet made almost completely of composite materials.
That's interesting.
Going to be unveiled very shortly by an Indian private sector startup company. So it's a low-cost, small-sized business jet for business owners who want to get into private aviation. We don't know how much it costs, but it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what that proposition is. So the low-cost business jet could be an aspirational sort of thing in India. So very interesting things. We'll keep updating you on what's going to happen here.
Sure. Thanks so much, Shiv. Thanks for just taking us along and taking us through these visuals of all the jets and the flypasts. It's going to be an interesting 5 days as the 12th edition of the Aero India 2019 show kickstarts in Bengaluru today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.